Hey, and welcome back to the channel, and this is the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, the best camera that they've ever released. And yes, I said camera because in my opinion, this is more of a camera phone than a smartphone. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing packs flagship specs from its display to its processor, and it's a flagship phone through and through. But the camera hardware, you can tell that Xiaomi's partnership with Leica grows stronger and stronger each year, and with this phone, you can tell how that partnership grew. But we'll talk more about its cameras in just a little bit. Now, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It's free, and you get to see all the new and upcoming videos on this channel with all the new Google stuff and Samsung stuff coming out very soon. You're not going to want to miss those videos. Plus, you can help me get to 50K subscribers while you're at it. Alright, so to give you guys my quick take on the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, to put it short and sweet, this phone is probably the phone that you're going to want to buy if you love creating content or just taking photos. The cameras on this phone are so versatile, and the quality from its photos make it look like it's shot using a mirrorless camera. And the videos are pretty incredible too. So inside the 13 Ultra, you'll find the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is the best of the best processor on Android right now. It's ultra fast and super efficient. Besides that, it comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which is on par of the likes of the S23 Ultra, and in my opinion, its main competitor, the Oppo Find X6 Pro. But we'll talk more about its battery life in just a little bit. The 13 Ultra packs a massive 6.7-inch 120Hz AMOLED display that can get super bright up to 2600 nits, which, if you don't know, is extremely bright. The iPhone 14 Pro Max has a peak brightness of 2000 nits, and that's already pretty bright. But this one is comparable to the Find X6 Pro from Oppo, which has 2500 nits, and it's blindingly bright. But it is extremely useful outdoors. Besides that though, my unit comes with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. So before we talk about the camera module on the back, I did want to talk a little bit about the design here. It's kind of unique in a way, coming from, the Xiaomi 13 Pro, where it was somewhat sleek and kind of modern looking, albeit a slippery phone. This one uses aluminum for its side rails and vegan leather for the back, which actually mimics the leather on what you'd usually find on a Leica camera. Now this phone is a thick boy with 2 C's. The design is like it's flat on the bottom, but then you have this speed bump towards the camera module where it just, raises the phone's profile by probably a few centimeters, and this is to help compensate for that massive camera module in the middle. And to be honest, I like this a lot. But yeah, the 13 Ultra is packing a quad camera setup on the back. You have a 1-inch 50 megapixel main sensor with a variable aperture, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, a 50 megapixel 3.2x zoom lens, and last but not least, a 50 megapixel 5x super telephoto lens. And again, we'll talk more about its cameras in detail a little bit later in the video. Now, jumping back up front, the display itself looks gorgeous, and while I'm not a fan of the curved display, it has gotten less curved, which I love. I also love the colors and the overall quality of the display. It's sharp, it's vibrant, and obviously gets very bright. Now, the speakers on this phone are actually quite impressive too. You'll have to just trust my word on it, since it's really hard to depict how good these are over video. But I do wish that the top speaker was front firing, so that when you're watching a video, for example, the sound is coming towards you. But still, it's nice to have that stereo pair from the top and bottom speakers. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is using Qualcomm's newest processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is super fast and very efficient when it comes to saving battery. So after using this phone for a month, I can't say nothing but good things about its performance and battery life. And I know that every review that you're probably watching about this phone, they're saying the same thing, but it really is the truth. Now, I can easily average around 7 hours of usage, and that's just mostly emails, going on social, watching videos, and playing a couple of different games, for example. But some days it'll be actually a lot shorter than that, just because I'll have the screen brightness all the way up, or I was using the camera for too long to take photos or videos. It just really depends on what you're doing on your phone, and for me, this is really solid for a flagship in my opinion. It's almost on par with the S23 Ultra, but still, I can't beat that 9+ hours that it was averaging on that phone. Okay, so the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, like I said in the beginning of this video, is more of a camera rather than a smartphone. Why? because of the camera hardware that they have on this phone. One, the massive 1-inch sensor that now has a variable aperture from f1.9 to f4 is pretty handy, especially if you're using the phone for landscape where you want less shallow depth of field. Perfect for street photography, or you simply just want less shallow depth of field on a 23mm equivalent focal length. Now, even if you're shooting at that f1.9 aperture, your shots are still going to look sharp because of that Leica glass. And with that f4, it gets even sharper, but not in a way where it's digitally sharpened or over-processed. I do wish that there are steps to this variable aperture though, like going from f1.9 down to f2.8, f3.5, and then to f4, but all you're getting here is f1.9 down to f4 right away. Besides that though, there are other 3 focal lengths that you can choose from: the ultra wide, the 3.2x telephoto, and the 5x super telephoto, which are also very, very impressive. Thanks to the same 50 megapixel sensor on all 3 focal lengths, shots look crisp, the colors look identical, and I love shooting using the 3.2x and 5x zoom lens because it makes it feel like I'm using an actual prime lens with heavy compression that mimics a real portrait-like lens. So most of the shots that you're actually seeing on screen are shot using the Leica Vibrant Picture Profile. I think for this phone, it looks best to shoot with this profile since you're getting neutral and balanced tones, but with a hint of saturation to bring in that pop of color to help bring the final image to life. And hopefully you can see from these sample photos that the overall image clarity and I guess photo compression makes the 13 Ultra looks like you're shooting on an actual camera or mirrorless camera versus a traditional smartphone camera. It's really hard to explain it in video, even with the photo samples. It just doesn't have that traditional compression or graininess from, a smartphone that I'm used to, and I just really love using the tele lenses on this phone. Now, the 1-inch sensor and the ultra wide are great focal lengths, don't get me wrong, but the 3.2x and 5x telephoto lenses is how I typically shoot portraits or product photography. There's a certain style that I like to shoot, and it's that compressed, very focused on the subject look versus, the wide and see everything around the subject kind of look. Now, as for its video quality, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I actually prefer the 13 Ultra and how it captures versus the S23 Ultra from Samsung, which for the longest time I thought was the king of video for Android phones. And just like the photos, there's a certain processing that also translates to video where it doesn't look like it's shot on a phone. And I'm not exactly sure how I can explain that over video, but what I like is that all 4 focal lengths can record up to 4K 60, which looks awesome out of the camera. Now, one downside I did notice with videos on this phone in particular is that the mic quality is kind of trash. It's really not that great, especially outdoors when there's some wind picking up. It muffles the mic a bit too much for my liking, and I wish that there's a way that, Xiaomi can figure out a way to fix this through software update or figure out an algorithm that can help with the mic quality. But yeah, that's probably the only downside for video for this 13 Ultra. Where we at?
What do we do?
Where are we?
We're at the beach. San Diego. Man, this is beautiful though. Man, take a look at that.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Xiaomi 13 Ultra. If you're in America and you're looking to purchase and import the 13 Ultra, you may want to see if your cell network supports the phone first. I'm on T-Mobile and service wasn't terrible where I live, but even when I took the phone to New York with me, I had pretty good service with decent upload and download speeds on LTE and, sometimes 5G. And I did hear that the global version is coming soon, so you don't have to go through all the troubles of, installing Google Play services and uninstalling the copious amount of bloatware that this Chinese model had. But hopefully Xiaomi can replace my unit with a global version when that becomes available, because I do want to use Android Auto, which unfortunately is not a thing on this model. So to wrap it all up for you guys, if you're looking to step up your photography game and you don't want to spend money on a mirrorless camera and a bunch of lenses and filters, this is the way to go. At least with this, you can get an incredible camera for both photos and videos, and you're getting one beast of a phone with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 that'll for sure keep this phone running for the next 5 to 6 years. Anyways, that's been it for this video, and if you guys did make it to the end, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it helps me make more videos like this. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.